To start the market planning process, we need to build our Go Viral marketing plan. This will help us ramp up and bring people to the hero content that we've developed. We'll do follow-up to extend it out as far as we can to keep the buzz going. And we will also probably do some marketing of our hub marketing content as well. So we want to figure out what we want to put into our budget to market our business. And so basically what you're doing is you need to think about it in terms of traditional channels like email and banner ads, even press releases, doing direct TV, direct response television. And we also want to think about it in terms of digital and social channels. In other words, maintaining our social assets and our website and any communities we're building over the course of the year. And so when we're marketing, remember this general rule: marketing our content should take 2 to 3 times the time it takes to create it. So it's a major investment that we're making, and you want to make sure that your Go Viral marketing program reflects that. So basically we have our hero content. So we're going to ramp up with pre-event activities the buzz about the hero content we're going to be making. We'll also post it out there to promote the event, to keep the buzz going over time. And we have our actual, awesome content that we're putting together. You've put that together into your budget, but now we need to actually put some numbers to it to see what it's going to take us for the year to make it work. And so what we do is, in building the ramp-up plan, we need to schedule some major pre-hero activities. And when you do this, think multimedia and think unique markets. So we'll have a different plan for different high-value markets that we want to develop. We also want to develop a schedule to promote those activities. So we're going to do some pre-hero activities, and then we're going to market those using influencers, all of our social channels, but we can also do traditional marketing too. We could do PR, banner ads, Facebook ads, email blasts, or things like that to actually get the message out to maximize the amount of buzz, both for the pre-hero activities and for the hero event itself. So if you think about it, here's an example. We have hero content that we're going to put out an ebook on marketing in China. It will be released August 1st of the year. And so what we'd like to do is we'll go and we'll contact the influencers to tip them off that this is going to happen, so that they can do a pre-announcement saying, I just heard from the company that they're doing this neat thing in August, and here's what I've learned about it. Then we also might want to do webinar. Maybe we want to interview the authors, and we use Good Nurture Marketing, and it will have a registration page for people to register for it, and then they will get a confirmation email, and then they can be a part of the webinars, and it'll be a give and take between the authors and the audience. And one of the things we might want to do is to give each one of our top influencers a different tracking link. And if they bring us the most of customers to our prospects to our webinar, what we'll do is we will give them the right to ask the first question and give them a little free promotion. Maybe we'll even bring out a little bit about them on our website to make it so that they really will help us to maximize attendance at the webinar. We would also do some press releases to the e-journals and to communities in mid-July, so we'll prep them and actually execute that. We might want to do a podcast with key findings from the study that we're about to introduce, or author interviews to really ramp up some excitement. We may want to do 10 questions to the authors on what were their findings about marketing in China. That will help us then build micro content that we can put out on Instagram as well as onto our YouTube site. And then we will do our traditional marketing. We'll do an email blast or blast to our customers. Maybe we'll rent a list to go to our prospects. We'll do paid ads, banner advertising, Facebook type ads. Will all go into the budget. And then we'll also need to be planning these day-to-day activities. So as we go through it, all those become costs that we want to put in. It's how much is it going to cost us to actually do all of these activities to make it work. And we will also have our long tail, medium tail, and short tail possibilities. So these are just ideas you can think through to see what's going to really work for your market. Then doing the follow-up plan, again, we'll do the follow-up activities much like we did with the ramp-up. We'll think multimedia, think unique markets, and then we'll develop a schedule to promote them. And so we'll do all of the things that we did in the ramp-up in the follow-up after the hero launch has occurred. And so we've done our launch. Then maybe we'd like to do influencer and consumer reviews of the book. It's a good way for them to get additional publicity, and we could it'll publicize our content as well. Maybe we want to do, again, a press release to the e-journals and to communities about the publication. We'll post release interviews with the key influencers as to what they thought. We'll create perhaps an audio book that people, so they can listen to the findings from our ebook. We would do traditional advertising or social to actually promote it. So we may want to do the Facebook type ads and so forth. We'll probably want to do email blasts and things to keep the content and the discussion going. And then we'll use all of our different social assets to do daily and weekly conversations. And so we want to think about, week 1, we're going to do some promotion, then a little bit different, week 2, week 3, and we'll lay it out over the course of a few weeks or even a month or two to really keep the content alive and keep it going so that we maximize our share of market with our hero content. The hub content is also something we can use and actually market it out. And so as we do each piece of digital media, regardless of what channel it is, we want to spend time marketing it. So you need to think about what it's going to take to do that. We're going to have some people to certainly do it. We'll have to generate the content, but then we also have to generate the marketing to make it happen. And so you'll want to lay that in too and say, how much is it going to cost us now? What sort of people resources do we need? What sort of other resources do we need to support all of our hub activities in addition to our hero activities? And so we also will have to do help. And so what you want to do is in your discussion and planning, look and see if they're going to put out any new content or new products and services. And we will have to plan what's going to happen with the help content as well. This will be a minor part of your budget, but it'll still be there. And so as you're pulling it together and thinking it through, what you're doing now is you're going to take that plan of activities that you've done and turn it into budget line items that you will do. And you have the template to do that, to work it through. And so think about it in terms of media purchases you're going to have to make. Maybe we rent a list, or maybe we put out a TV ad or those sort of media purchases. We have to create some content. We need people to maintain our social assets as well as to help create the content for the hero events and the hub events and the help. We also have talent we may want to hire and technology that we may want to build. We certainly have to maintain our website and put that in there. But there may be other sorts of technologies to build communities or to do webinars, and we'll need to make sure our budget reflects those technology costs. And so here's an example from a past group. What they did is they said, the Go Viral plan was going to target a business-to-business market. Here were the networks they were going to use to make it happen, as well as the activities they were going to do with the news aggregators and so forth. And then what they laid out was, here's our Go Viral marketing plan and what we're going to plan to do to generate the buzz. And then they took it and they built it out in terms of impressions, the full year costs, as well as the 3-month costs that it will take to do that. And that was their plan. And so basically, this was their launch day event that they did to actually kick things off. And so here's another one for Covenant House. What it does is it lays out the different channels that they're going to be using. It developed it in terms of the long tail, medium tail, and short tail plan that they wanted to build. They identified the influential bloggers as well as the content they were going to develop. They laid it out in terms of here's what we'll do 2 months ahead, 1 month ahead, just like I showed you. And here would be, the concept picture of what's going to happen on YouTube. And so what they did is they went through their different channels and laid it out. You can look at this in its, in the Excel spreadsheet or the PowerPoint I'll give you. But they went through and they laid out the different concepts they were doing. Here's their forum pages. And from there, they built their budget. And so basically what you want to do is you want to lay out the pieces you're going to do and build out your Go Viral marketing plan. And then we're going to put a budget to it as we move forward. So if you have any questions, please contact me.